Hey, welcome back everyone. I went out and bought a 2019 MacBook Pro, not the 2018, the 2019 MacBook Pro, because they did an update on this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this MacBook Pro compared to my old MacBook Pro 2011. And I've never upgraded until now, 2019. And maybe it will help you guys decide whether you want to upgrade or not. But I'm going to do something different in this video. There's a lot of 2018 and 2019 MacBook Pro videos that talks about benchmark, numbers, and all this stuff. And you can go and watch those videos. But I'm going to cover the things that I thought I wanted to see. And I'm going to show you the differences I see in each one of these MacBook Pros, what I don't like and what I do like. And a lot of it is positive. And I'm very happy that I upgraded, so let's cover that right now. First thing that I was looking for was what was the difference between the 2018 MacBook Pro and the 2019 MacBook Pros. So the 2018 MacBook Pro along with the 2016 MacBook Pros, they had a change in this keyboard. And the 2018 MacBook Pro, a lot of people were complaining about keys being stuck because of dust and things getting under the keycaps here. So it looks like they fixed that problem in the 2019 MacBook Pro. This is the 4th generation butterfly keys. 2018, 2019 are still quad-core i5s and the quad-core i7s, but the 2019 went up 0.1 gigahertz. And those were the main changes with the 2018 and 2019. It was just they fixed the keys so that it doesn't get stuck, and they bumped up the CPU just by 0.1 gigahertz. Now the model here that I got is the 2.4 gigahertz quad-core i5. I didn't go for the i7, I'll tell you why. A lot of people are saying that the i5 and i7 doesn't have a big difference, you won't even notice. Don't waste your money on it, just go for the i5, it's still super fast. I didn't want to waste the money for that. I did bump up the RAM. The base model started at 8 gigabytes and I bumped it up to 16 gigabytes. So why did I bump up the RAM? Well, that helps with video editing, which I do a lot. And here's the thing. You cannot upgrade this MacBook Pro. It's very hard to do that. All of these new models, you can't take it apart. If you watch my 2011 MacBook Pro upgrade video, it was super simple to update the RAM and the hard drive on it. And I changed it out to an SSD drive. This one is very difficult. So I put in the highest that it had, which is a 16 gigabyte, because I know that I won't be able to update it anymore. So I maxed that out. Now for the disk space, they start at a 256 gigabyte SSD, and I stuck with that one, and I'll tell you why. So what I did is what a lot of other video editors do. They go out and they buy this Samsung Portable SSD T5 drive. There's a new model too, I think. It costs a little bit more, but I just got the 500 gigabyte drive here. This thing was just 85 bucks. And look how slim this thing is. It's very small, portable. A lot of the videos that I'm going to be editing and stuff, I'm not going to store it internally here. Everything is going to be on my external drive. So what else did people complain about the 2018 MacBook Pro? I think they complained about the touch bar here. Some people were having problems with it. It was glitchy. Some people were getting lines on it. And the touch bar was one thing I didn't think I would get used to so quickly, because I love the volume buttons right here. Just being there and just clicking on it real quick. I use the volume buttons all the time, and I use the brightness all the time. So look at the touch bar here. They made it very simple. They have the brightness and the volume, two of the main things that I use the most. They put it right there. Press the volume, slide it. I love the sliding, and close it. Go to the brightness, once again, slide the brightness. Very simple, very fast, very responsive. I love how they move the escape button here to save space. And along with all of these other touch bar features, whether I'm playing a video and I press play, pause, rewind, using the touch bar to type in emojis. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of the touch bar here. So if you're one of those people who have an old MacBook Pro like me and thinking about upgrading, I think it's time to upgrade to the 2019. It's very sweet, very good, a little bit pricey, but if you're thinking of waiting another year what will you get for the next year? Let's see. So right now this is a quad core. So if you wait till next year, it might start off at a 6 core, because I see that with the new upgrades on this. You can go to the 6 core with the 15-inch, and you can also go to the 8 core. But you run the risk of them doing another change that might have another issue, and then you're gonna wait again, because that's what they did, right? They made a change in the 2018, and people were seeing all these problems with the keyboards, and then you know what, all those people who bought that, they have all these issues, and then I waited for that to be fixed, and now I think this is a solid model. And by the way, if you like this setup, just wait till my next video, because I'm gonna cover all of this stuff that I have. It's just for a cool display right now, but I'll cover it in the next video. But you can check the description down below right now, and I'll show you the stuff that I have in this video here if you want to look it up. Okay, so let's run through the things that I've noticed and have I've gotten used to them. So here are the differences with the trackpads that I've noticed. The new one, you can just tap on it lightly and it's very responsive. It takes a light tap. This old one here, you got to tap it a little bit harder. It makes more sound on the old one. The new one is lighter. The new one should ignore my palm if I rest here and type. See, it's not moving. Alright, so the main thing that I've noticed here is like this old one, I can do 2-finger tapping on it, right? Without even putting pressure, I just do 2-finger, lightly 2-finger tap, and a menu comes up. See that? I just do 2-finger tap, menu comes up. I can also do a 1-finger light tap, see? And it clicks. Now with the new one, it doesn't have that. I wonder why they took that out. Because I love that feature. I'm so used to that on the old MacBook Pro. This new one, if I want the menu to come up, I have to do a 2-finger but put pressure. See, and then the menu comes up. Even though the pressure isn't, you know, that much pressure, you just got to put a little bit of pressure on it, then the menu comes up. But it forces me to click it. And I just want to tap. I want to do a light tap on everything because I'm so used to that on my old MacBook Pro. And I miss that feature. So hopefully they'll put that back later on, or I couldn't find it in the settings. And does the new trackpad bother me compared to the old small square? No, I love more real estate, so I have more space to drag around. I'm very used to this right now. Even the keys doesn't bother me. I'm getting used to it. It's lower profile. I do like feeling keys around here, you know, where they're at. But I'm getting used to these and I have no problems with it. A lot of people do complain about the keys. I think I'm fine with it. I think the thing is that when you've used something for so many years, using this old MacBook Pro for so many years, I get used to the form factor. I get used to the feeling of it. So it just takes a little bit of time. Within this year, I'm going to get used to this lower profile key. And that's just the thing for everyone. And it just takes time, you know. Now let's listen to the sounds on the keyboards, right? See, the new one is quieter. See, the old one's a little bit louder. Alright, so the biggest thing that does bug me with the new MacBook Pro is this right here, and I'll get used to it, but it's the charging. When I plug this in, and I can plug this into any of the USB-C slots, and it'll charge the MacBook Pro no matter which slot. When I plug this in, you see that? All it does is make a sound that is charging. And then I would have to look at the screen here that's charging, right? There's no light indicator that shows me it's charging, because if I close this, I don't know that it's charging. There's no light here. There's no little green dot. There's no like a little light bar down here like the old MacBook Pro has. It'll have like a little indicator. There's nothing that tells me it's charging. The old MacBook Pro was very good with that, right? Because with this charging cable, when I plug it in, a green light will shine on there and I can tell if it's charging or not with this MacBook Pro closed. Also right here, there is a light indicator that's showing that it's charging. So why didn't they do that with the new one? I don't know why they didn't do that. It's a very minor little thing. It's like, should I just always assume like with a cable plugged in, it is charging? But I like to see the light indicator. I like to know if it's charging or not without just a audible sound. Alright, so what I think I'll do right now is a boot up test to show you how fast both of them boots up. And I want to tell you that my old MacBook Pro, I upgraded it to a SSD drive, so it should be fast. It has 8 GB of RAM on it. This old MacBook Pro has Mac OS High Sierra on it, and the new one has Mac OS Mojave. So you see how fast that one went in, and look how fast the right one went in. Just you know, 2 or 3 seconds after that, or just 2 seconds right after. Pretty fast. All right, so now I'll just log in to both and just see how fast it goes in. Oh, is the old one gonna beat the new one? It's loading a little bit faster. What's going on? This is a race. Oh no, the new one sees a little bit faster, but look how fast the old one still is. By doing an upgrade, it is totally worth it. The right one logged in just as fast, just a few seconds after. Okay, now the other thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run iMovie on both of these machines, because that was one thing I was very interested in seeing. So let's just see how much faster. I'm gonna use the same clip, video clip, for both of these. Alright guys, so this is a 4K clip of a 1.2 GB file, and I'm just gonna drag it into iMovie here. Watch, I'll do some scrubbing on it to see show you how fast it goes. See that? Now if I scrub it really fast, see, it's like that. If I go through like that, it's fine. So I'll play some of it here. It's a 4K file, and it's like 1 minute 47 seconds long. But I'll just play a little bit of it. I'll jump to this part. See, so it plays it pretty smooth. Just jump to that part right there. Alright, so that's how it plays on the 2019 MacBook Pro. And I'll do a little bit of exporting right now. Okay, so now I'm just going to export this really quick, and I'll show you right here. I'm exporting it in resolution 4K. The quality is high, and I'm compressing it at better quality. So I'm just going to export this. It says 394 megabytes. And let's see how long this takes. Okay, there you go. It finished. And you know, that took like 2 minutes to export a 1 minute 47 second file of a 4K file. Alright, so what I'm going to do right now is, this is a USB 3.0 stick. So it's just a USB stick that I'm going to put this USB-C converter on. And I'm going to transfer a 4K file onto the laptop and show you how long it takes. And this is the same 4K fireworks file that we just saw in the video. 1.28 GB file. And I'm just going to transfer that to the desktop here, and let's see how long it takes. Look at that, under 10 seconds it says. So it's almost done. 5 seconds left. So that is a 1.2 GB file. So that's how fast it takes to transfer a file. Alright, so before I go, let's try to play the 4K file on the old MacBook Pro 2011. And you guys know what's gonna happen. Look at how glitchy that is. It's not even playing. Yeah, it's struggling to play, guys. Look at that. So sorry guys, no 4K video on the old MacBook Pro. It won't even edit it in iMovie. I just popped it in and it barely moved. Alright guys, if you like this video and you want to see more, please give it a thumbs up, leave some comments down below, and check out my next video, because I'm going to do an accessories video for the new MacBook Pro. I'll show you all of the new stuff that I got for it, and I will show you this desk setup too, along with all of the RGB lights and the tubing light. But yeah, give these a 2 thumbs up, and I will see you guys later in the next video. Later.